Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Eau de Treasure. This is Steven, and I have a gem in this video. Discontinued, vintage, rare, and awesome fragrance. Haven't shown this on my channel yet. I have found a handful of these before I started making the videos for this channel, so I haven't bought this in a few years. I found a decent bottle. It's not a grail bottle. This is Gucci Pour Homme from 2003. I did find a grail bottle of that. I'll tell you that story on the other side of the transition. This bottle is just okay, but I had to pull the trigger on it. I couldn't say no. It's a rarity even here in Japan to find something like this. So let's open this one up, and I'm going to spray it and smell it, tell you what I think about it, and I have a smell-alike too. So let's get to it. Gucci Pour Homme 2003, the classic. Damn it. Now, this one didn't have a cap, but it looked nearly full, so I couldn't say no, and the price was right. Let's take a look at this thing. There it is, Gucci Pour Homme. This is the 2003, the famous Gucci Pour Homme. It's not the first Gucci Pour Homme. The first one came out in the late 70s. This one came out, as I said, 2003. The perfumer is Michel Almerec. And it was just out for, I don't know, 7 years, something like that. It was never reformulated. They never really changed the bottle. Here's a 50 ml bottle. Let's take the tape off. I like the idea of the tape to keep it from spraying, but I don't like the idea of tape directly on this thing. All right, it's kind of a light tape, nothing heavy. If you ever have sticky on something, just use the tape. And if you just do this, usually the sticky comes off. Let's take a look at the print. Oftentimes the print comes off very easily if it gets a juice on it especially. But the print looks very nice on this. The bottle doesn't have any chips. It hasn't been dropped. Unfortunately, there's no batch code on it. See, with these, there was no batch code etched on the glass. Unfortunately, there was a little clear sticker with a batch code that easily got peeled off. So there's no batch code on it. It could be a 2003, it could be a 2005. It's probably somewhere in there. Now, I have one reservation about this bottle. Something doesn't look right, and that is the color. So here you can see the amount. It's close to being full. It's a 50 ml bottle, as I said. And the color is kind of a olive green, but it really should be a brown. So let's see how it smells. We'll do the right hand right here. Give it a little spray test right there. And give it a smell. And see if it still smells pretty good. Oh, yeah. Oh, this smells fantastic. It smells just as I imagined it should. This one is a beautiful woody fragrance. This is like, it's one of my favorite fragrances. I wouldn't say top 5, but like one of my top 10 favorite fragrances. This one is like dry woods. This one is incense. This one is papyrus. There's nothing sweet about this fragrance, guys. You might even say it's smoky. This to me is kind of like if you said the word gothic, if you were going to have any perfume that fits the gothic word, it would be this one. This one reminds me of like an old gothic church. And being inside of a dark, dusty gothic church where the sun is penetrating through the stained glass, and you can see like bits of dust kind of floating in the air through the sunbeams. I just think of this smell. I think of the wooden pews with those reddish cloth cushions that are on the old wooden pews, and you can kind of smell the incense that was used in a mass, and the wood of those pews. It all comes together in this fragrance, guys. That's how I feel about this one. Now, I never got great performance from this. I looked on Fragrantica, and the rating says that it has good performance. For me, I just smell it for a few hours. It's maybe a 4-hour fragrance for me, and it's not one that I'm going to spray the shit out of. So this is just one that, like I said, I have a handful of bottles, and this is just one that I'm going to savor, and I spray it at home, and every now and again, just to get a whiff of it and remember how awesome this one is, and how much of a fucking shame it is that they discontinued it, Probably discontinued it because of materials. Maybe it was hard to get the ingredients for this one, or maybe they just wanted to move on. They just wanted to move on to something new. Later came the Gucci by Gucci line. They made room for that, and they made room for the Gucci Guilty line, which sadly is, nothing like this. Although I do like Gucci Guilty. It's a completely different fragrance. But this one is, I guess, from a bygone era, you can say, the early 2000s. I happen to have a mini lying around, guys. I could have done a mini video, but I didn't. And it's a similar color. This one is it's noticeably lighter, and it does smell lighter. This one, I guess it's it's in better shape, but I expect it to be brown, but it still smells good. So I guess this is just one where the color changes over time. And you can also see with this what the cap looks like, what the cap would look like on top of this. What did I pay for this? So I was lucky, and this was actually something that people were bidding on. And somebody bid this up to like $200 and then didn't pay for it. It came back, and I ended up winning this for 5,100 yen, or $34 and change. Checked on eBay, and a sealed 100 ml Gucci pour Homme is selling for $750 or $760, somewhere in that range. And that's, that's a crazy price, but that's what people are paying for a sealed 100 ml. Just to add a couple things to that, this is not brand new. It's not 100 ml. This is not worth $750, no way. But I'd say in the condition this is in, I've seen some comps for the 50 mls that are used. It's at least $100, maybe even $150 this thing is worth. And if I do find one with a cap, maybe I find one that's empty, like an empty bottle with a cap, then it's like under $20. I'm gonna buy that just so I can put the cap on it, and it'll be that much nicer. Guys, I had one of the best moments here in Japan of buying these vintage fragrances. One of the grails that I have in my collection is a sealed 100 ml Gucci pour Homme. I think it was the first year. It's 2003. I'll never forget that day, that night that I found it. I'll tell you the story. I was sitting at my ex-girlfriend's house. The TV was on, and she was over in the kitchen making some food, making some dinner, and I'm sitting there with my smartphone. I had just started collecting like a year earlier, so I did have a year's worth of knowledge, and I was looking through some of the apps, including Mercari Japan, and I was just hitting refresh and just seeing the new fragrances. Every couple minutes, new fragrances get added to the website that people are selling on. And I hit refresh, and boom, there it was. 100 ml sealed Gucci pour Homme. I knew what it was, and I was like, I felt that shiver down my spine. And I was like, oh my God, there it is. There it is. I gotta get this. I gotta get this. I looked at the price, $40. Something like $40 in that range. I said, oh my God. So I'm hitting the buy button. And I'm worried because sometimes my credit card doesn't work. There were times where like I was late with a payment and they shut down the credit card, and you have to actually physically go to the bank to have them reactivate the card. Or there's a security code that gets sent to my email, and I have to get the code and put it in. I was just like, please, card, don't fail me now. Don't fail me now, card. Please work. And I hit that buy button, and then it said sold. I'm like, wait a minute, who got this? And then I checked, and it was in my cart. I had bought it, and I got it. And that is the story of the miracle that happened that night. I just hit the refresh button, and there it was. It was like maybe 5 minutes it was sitting there before I bought it. Then my girlfriend comes out from cooking. She's like, what are you so excited about? I was almost jumping up and down, like off the walls. She's like, what are you so happy about? I'm like, you'll never understand, but I found a grail. I just bought a grail. She's like, you're weird. All right, so let's try this one out. I have another one that smells very similar to this, and it is this one. You guys know this one, Bentley for Men Absolute. Maybe you don't know this one, but the claim to fame about this one, it's made by the same perfumer, Michel Almerec, and he basically redid this for another brand. And I've tried it before. It does smell very similar, but I haven't had the chance to do a hand-to-hand test right here in front of me. So let's do a hand-to-hand test. I'll give 2 blasts right there, and we'll give it a sniff and see how close it is to the original, and I'll let you know what I think. I didn't tell you the notes on this one. According to Fragrantica, there are a whole lot of notes, and let me tell you what they are. Like I said, I never talked about this fragrance in depth on my channel before. The top notes: papyrus, ginger, artemisia, basil, bergamot, lavender, lemon, and petitgrain, In the middle notes, cedar, pink pepper, sandalwood, patchouli, orris root, carnation, geranium, and jasmine. The base notes, incense, leather, amber, vetiver, labdanum, vanilla, oak moss, tonka bean, musk, and sage. And for a somewhat modern fragrance from the 2000s, that is a hell of a lot of notes. Now, this one doesn't have as many notes as this one, of course. This one does have the papyrus. It has some of the woods. I think it has the cedar. It doesn't have the, it does have the ginger, actually. It doesn't have the incense. So I'm smelling some of the differences right now. All right, so this one, the Bentley for Men Absolute, it's a little bit more, I get a little bit more of the cedar. It almost smells like pine. This one's a little bit more fresh and woody than this one. This one, I get a little bit more of that, the papyrus, incense smokiness of this. This one just doesn't feel as gothic to me as this one. Are they exactly the same? Definitely not. They're not exactly the same. And this bottle might be spoiled a tiny bit. I mean, the color, you can't deny that the color is not exactly right, but it does smell great. Are they similar? Hell yes, they are very similar. And I would say that it's like 85 to 90% similar to Gucci Pour Homme. So much so that I would just recommend buying this and not spending. I would never spend the money to get one of these. I know that it's rare. I know it's a brand name, and to some people that this doesn't compare. But I would be happy with this one. And just spraying and wearing this one. And this is one you can spray the shit out of. And it doesn't have the best performance, but like I said, you can spray the shit out of this one. This one's only like $35 or $40. It used to be a $25 fragrance. It's gone up in price. And this is actually for sale in stores here in Japan. I don't know if they have the Bentley for Men Intense, but they have the regular one. And they had this one. They were asking like $100 for it, which was crazy. They finally brought the price down to a reasonable price, about $40 or $45. There is another fragrance that smells like this one that I have. I don't have it with me, but it's called Comme Des Garcons Man 2. And I'm talking about the brown bottle, not the one that is in the chrome bottle. But the brown bottle is really good. It's also very woody, almost pencil shaving, cedar, plus the smoky incense thing going on. But it also has aldehydes. So that one is a little bit more aldehydic and a little bit more sour than this one and this one. I see this one as just a lighter version of this, but this one, of course, is the deepest, the richest, the best one. I'd say this one is about 90% similar, and I'd say that a Comme des Garcons Man 2 is like 85% similar. But that's all I have to say for this one, guys. What do you think of this classic? What do you think of this bottle that I picked up? Pretty good for the price, about 34 bucks. Can't complain about that. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Discontinued, vintage, rare, interesting fragrances that I pick up in Japan and talk about. Hit the like button, guys. Give me a like if you liked the video. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you love Gucci Pour Homme? Have you ever tried this one before? What about Gucci Pour Homme 2? And actually, it's a little preview. Coming up in the future, you're going to see a Gucci Pour Homme 2 video. I just picked up a beautiful gem today and do that one fairly soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're having a great day out there, and I'll see you in a few days with a new video. Until then, take care.